What is going on, guys? We are out here in Chicago for the MLS All-Star Game. We got Aaron West, Patrick Inferna, and check out some of the cool stuff we've been up to.
All-Star beach soccer on the beach here at the Great Lakes. Heath, Aaron, Kaylin, and Brian Jr. playing against some kids. Here we are now in downtown Chicago. We're on our way to do a walk-talk football with Valencia and La Liga legend COPA90 US. I think it'll be pretty sick. Yeah, just casually strolling through the streets with COPA90 US. It's funny, some guy in a car drove by. We had to stop him. We held him in his spot. He was like a little pissed off, but he was also wearing a Barcelona kit. So I don't know. That's fun.
So we are here at this futsal joint with some of these ESP kids.
Oh, nice.
It's a pretty sick space. Check this out.
Aaron, what do you think about the skill out there?
Some good players out here, man. I haven't seen any nutmeg, so I'm a little disappointed.
How'd it go in there? How'd it go? No. Youth always wins, man. I'm so over this! We're now on our way over to Soldier Field to watch Real Madrid and MLS training sessions. Check it out.
When I start my comeback, I'm picking up little pointers here and there of when I start my comeback, where it begins. Probably begin. Have you ever seen the movie Goal? It doesn't start at Real Madrid, but I'm thinking of being in the next Goal movie.
Just said hello to New York Cosmos legend Raul. Not sure what other clubs he played for, but he played in New York in 2015, won a championship. I'm gonna have to Google him.
He just signed a Sergio Ramos shirt.
In your memory for 24 hours, man.
Shout out.
Let's talk a little bit about the All-Star Game, right? Do you think it's cool or good or whatever? What's your take on a team like Real Madrid playing the All-Stars during the All-Star Week?
I'm kind of split on it. I think it's great to bring in these big teams because I think it helps grow the fan base, especially in the casual fan base that don't know much about the sport. But also, I think the MLS All-Star Game should be more of a showcase of our players, right? So I'm kind of split on it. I think it's great to have that team bring them in, but I would like to see more of our own players kind of get showcased.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's a litmus test for kind of where the league is at, skill-wise and status-wise, playing against a big club with all of the huge names like Akash, Schweinsteiger, all those guys. But I kind of agree. I think it's a cool way to also be able to show more of the league. I think going back to East-West at some point would be awesome. Obviously, it's so cool to bring in Real Madrid to play them, but they're also here for ICC and all that. So I think at some point MLS will mature to a point where our East versus West is just as compelling as bringing in a big friendly.
Totally. I mean, look at the roster this year, right? It's probably the most like star-packed roster that we've ever had, but in the All-Star games that I played in, I remember it being like, it was always difficult, right? You're playing Manchester United, who's in preseason, they're getting a lot of reps, and you're just a bunch of guys being thrown out on the field. And you're talking about litmus test, it's always hard because it's like, you don't know. Your first objective is like, don't get injured, right? It's an All-Star game, it's a celebration, you're there to have fun, but it's also like you want to put on a good show, and it's hard when you don't really know how to play with any of your guys. But I would love to see the East-West come back again, because it used to be an All-Star week, right? We had all these celebrations. You have these here too, but for the players themselves, they also want a chance in the middle of the season to just like shut down a little bit, but they don't get to. It's like appearance, game, training, whatever, then back to their teams for the game on the weekend, where I'd rather see it turn into a week. Now with the calendars, global calendars, it's impossible to find a whole week to take off, but you know, I think it's I think it is also cool to play against Real Madrid, right? I mean, this is some of the best players in the world, and I think it's a cool thing. But let's talk about like ICC in general, teams coming over, whether just to train, maybe not even ICC, but just to come here on preseason. You know, they're all looking to take a little bit of market share, create their fan base, grow their fan base, kind of plant a flag in the US because there is a large consumer audience that likes multiple teams or that they think they can attract. Do you think this is good for MLS or good for soccer in America?
I think it's good for soccer in America as a whole because we really do want to build that casual fan base, and these are the best players in the world, and we're bringing them here. The only other chance we get to see those guys is on TV. So now we get to see them up close and personal, build that fan base. And like you said, I think there's room for multiple teams. I think most soccer fans have like 3 or 4 teams. There is room. There's room for a local team. There's room for an English team, a Spanish team, a German team. But I mean, there's only 90
Italian teams. I'm already ruling out. You already. Juve guys already ruling out.
I'm the only one that likes Italian teams.
He doesn't want to share that with anybody.
I'm very honest.
He doesn't want to share that with anybody.
I know the reality.
You guys don't want to like Italian teams. That's my thing.
Yeah,
like,
come on.
whatever.
It's just me.
Super
I'm
niche
over here.
But
I think overall it's good. I think it's good.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a huge proponent of local soccer, right? But look, I understand people worship these clubs, and it's awesome for people to get to see the teams they support every weekend playing in Europe, here in the US. Even if it's once a year, it's awesome. But I just kind of wish, and I hope, and I think that it will inspire people to be part of those communities for that one time a year and say, this is awesome, I'd like to build something like this here. And I realize the quality is years away from being what it is over there, but I think people need to start to look past that and try to give respect to the local leagues so that we can become like these European teams, and these friendlies will become more of like a battle, you know, like when an American team plays a European team, it's 2 teams that will hopefully someday be on sort of the same level.
Yeah, and again, I think the hard part's always going to be, you know, during an All-Star week to put a team together that's going to compete with some of the best players in the world, even if we have some of those best players playing in our league, just in terms of like chemistry and those types of things. But you know, I think it's cool in a few ways. I think it's cool that it forces MLS out of their comfort zone, right? They sit at the very top, and yeah, they work with USL, and there's the Code D2, and there's, you know, local soccer and stuff like that, but it's easy to get comfortable in that position. I'm not saying they are comfortable, but imagine being at the top. It's easy to feel like we are in control of this, and you can maybe cut corners. And again, I'm not saying that's what MLS does, but I think it forces European teams to come here, and it forces MLS to be like, all right, we got to stay on our game. We got to stay on our game every year, every summer when it's that dead season. Other sports are picking up as well. Like we got to be like ahead of the curve. How are we going to present ourselves? How are we going to improve this league? And I think that's only going to bring everything up, you know, in the league or in soccer in North America. But guys, we want to know what you guys think, so get down into the comments and give us your take on all of these things. We'd love to hear it. We'd love to keep this two-way dialogue going. Comment, like, and subscribe, and see you guys later.